Good day, everybody. For those who do not know me yet, I'm Christina Rowland. I'm an admitted advocate, I'm a forensic nurse, I'm a child protection specialist, and I'm also the proud founder of the Independent Child Protection Unit. Please note a short disclaimer. Although I am an admitted advocate, I am not currently a practicing legal practitioner. Therefore, any information shared on my platforms, on my social media platforms, on the ICPU platforms, or during consultation is not considered legal advice. However, it is based on my knowledge, my experience, as well as the ICPU case reports that we receive through the ICPU case review unit. So today I want to talk about a very confusing topic, namely adoptions within the South African system. We're not going to talk about cross-border adoptions. We're just going to talk about adoptions within the South African system. So unfortunately, in practice, the process of adoption is currently in disarray. Very few adoptions take place, and then due to the controversy and allegations of illegal adoptions and child trafficking, as well as systemic failures, that makes it almost impossible to adopt at this stage. So in this short video, I'll be addressing the questions that we often get as the ICPU case review unit to address certain issues around adoptions within South Africa, and just to answer some questions that you might have. So the first question that we often get is, who can adopt? Can anybody adopt? Is it possible to adopt in South Africa? And am I allowed to adopt? And all those kind of questions. So the first question is, who can adopt? Anybody who is an adult over the age of 18 years of age, who is a South African citizen, can adopt. You can adopt if you're single. You can adopt if you're married. You can adopt if you're in a permanent domestic life relationships. So any person can basically adopt a child within South Africa. Like I said, older than 18 years of age, and you should be a South African citizen. Okay. So a question we often get is, how much can you be expected to pay for an adoption? It's a very good question. It's a very valid question, because the Department of Social Development has found and has stated that adoption is a child protection service. It's a service. It should not be a paid service, and therefore it's not a business, and adoption agencies should not profiteer from adopters. So, and adoptions. So basically, there shouldn't be a charge to it. But in practice, many licensed private or non-profit adoption service providers, or agencies like we call them, charges fees for professional services. And those are the services of doing screening, doing home visits, the matching. If there's inter-country work they should do, they can charge for that. Legally, they can charge for that. But it shouldn't be exuberant amounts of money that they charge to assist you to do an adoption. So the cost picture therefore depends on whether you adopt purely through a state or a provincial channel like DSD, or through a designated child protection organization such as a child welfare organization, or whether you do it through a private agency, which is allowed. However, it can differ in how much you will be expected to pay for those services. And then also, when you do international or inter-country adoptions, that might look a little bit different on the costing scale. So when is a child adoptable? So that's a question we often get. When can a child be put up for adoption, like we used to say? So first of all, if both biological parents of this child have consented to adoption. So they go to the court, they go before a court, and they say, we consent, we want our child to be adopted. Also, if the child has been abandoned and no parent can be traced, so they try everything, the child has been abandoned, no parent can be found, then they can put that child up for adoption. Also, if a child is orphaned and there is no legal guardian willing or able to care for the child, that child can also be then placed on a register to be adopted. If a child has been removed due to severe abuse, severe neglect, or exploitation, and the reunification with parents is basically just non existing, it's not possible and it will never happen. And when reunification happens, it will not be in the best interest of the child. Also, if parental rights have been terminated by a court because the parents are unable or unfit or even unwilling to care for a child, that child can be put up for adoption. Who can do adoptions? That's important because we've just said how much can people charge for adoptions, but who can do these adoptions? So DSD or a designated adopted agency. So DSD may designate or they may accredit certain organizations, whether it's non-profit organizations or child protection organizations. They may receive a designation or accreditation to do adoptions legally. But there's always control from the Department of Social Development. So a private agency is not allowed to do this unless they have that accreditation from the Department of Social Development. So it's very important because we've seen cases in the news where these adoptions took place, and then eventually there was one baby that was put up for adoption for many people interested in adopting this baby, and eventually we found out that it was a scam, and there wasn't even a child available. There wasn't a child. They just put up a picture of a child and they put this child up for adoption, and then people pay lots of money to basically adopt this baby. And then they found out it was a scam. So when you do want to adopt, that's one of the first things you want to check. Is this organization or this agency registered and designated and accredited by the Department of Social Development? So another question we often get is, what are the legal rights after adoptions? So the legal rights after an adoption and after a court has ordered the adoption to take place is the same than any biological parental rights and responsibilities. So you have the same parental rights and responsibility as a biological parent. That means in terms of custody, that means in terms of guardianship, care, decisions that you make about this child's education, the child's medical care, and anything that is involving the best interest of the child. That child becomes your child legally. And that's about it about adoption. If you want to know more, please follow the ICPU and ask the questions that you need to ask about these very controversial issues that we need to look at in the current child protection system. A very failed system for that. So, and then also follow us for current affairs, follow us for more issues that we will discuss. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We are all over the show. Just follow us and like our posts, and please stay tuned in for more.